Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 3 of our Satisfactory playthrough. So, this is where we sort of left off. We had the iron all automated and everything, but we have done some things in between episodes, and let's take a look at what we've done. So this is actually new over here, and we're going to show more things off to the left side pretty soon, but I want to explain what's happening. So we're mining the iron, it gets smelted into the ingots get stored, however there's no storage, they get pulled out faster than we can actually make them, really. We have a little splitter over here. This splitter is just doing 1-to-1, so one goes this way, one goes that way. This machine is making the iron ingots. This machine is making the iron rods. Okay, we had that in the last episode. However, now we've got a little bit of a difference happening over here. Oh boy, let's see if we can get in here and take a look. You know, I think we can climb up on these. There's a little ladder. Perfect. So now we have iron rods coming out of this, and they go to another splitter. This splitter is actually sending 2, so every 3 rods that comes through, 2 go this way and 1 goes that way. So this is a merger that then we merge back into here. So this is just iron rods. We just want iron rods on their own. However, what is this one doing? It is splitting them off over here and making screws. There they are. So we have our own screw storage here now as well. We've done some more automation. All the way over there is where our limestone was coming from, and now we have its own miner. It sends it all over this way, it gets turned from the limestone into concrete, and then we just store it here. So we have a little bit of a surplus. Pretty neat. I'm going to get to that in just a moment. This whole iron setup, except for the screws, is being run off of this one biomass generator over here. This biomass burner is running... If we see, there are power cables going way off in the distance. We have a miner on the copper as well, and then we're just moving all the copper up and in via a belt system. So that one on the right is powering the limestone into concrete. It's powering the copper, and then it's also powering the copper into ingots. Okay. We then had to set up a third one, and this is actually pretty interesting. So if we look here, this here says it can only do 20 megawatts, I believe is what that is. Okay, and we're at 95% capacity. But if we come over and look at this one, so we built this brand new one. We unlocked this in the last episode as well. This one can do 30. So this is actually a better generator, and we probably want to get more of these set up and then switch off of those. That's a thought. I was also thinking maybe we have them all hooked up into like a single power line, and then that single power line goes out to all the different machines. I'm not sure if we want to keep them powered separately or not. But anyways, that there is then powering, well, the screws, but it's also powering this here. So we're taking our copper and we're turning it into wires. Now, we have another splitter going on, a splitter and merger. So we're taking, for every 3 that comes out, 1 goes this way and 2 goes this way. And then we just merge this down and store it over here. I did it this way because it felt to me like we needed more wires than we did cables. And that's what this is doing over here. For every 2 wires it gets, it's able to make 1 cable. Aha. Okay, so we have, we've got a buildup of a decent amount of resources. And then if you take a look, we're prepared. We're prepared to do some things. If we take a look in here, we can actually complete the base building and we can complete the field research, which is pretty cool. But we're going to hold off just a moment. This might be a mistake, but we can also look at tier 2, and in tier 2 we can see all the different things over here. We could actually make a few of these, like the chainsaw, and then that lets us get solid biofuel, which I think will burn better than the leaves are that we're currently doing. And by the way, we are turning the leaves into the biomass, but I think that solid biofuel would be even better. And I think this would let us chop down trees, which is probably even more stuff to burn. I don't want to be burning this stuff though. There's got to be something like coal in the game. So part of me is thinking maybe we try to, maybe pass a tier just to get into better power generation. I don't know. It's a thought. The resource sink bonus, it has this awesome sink, which is extra resources you can turn into research points. I'm really interested in this one. I have no idea what's going to be inside this awesome shop. And then next, there is Logistics Mark II for a faster conveyor belt, which always we could do. But if we looked at this, this says complete space elevator phase 1. And our actual objective is building the space elevator. So let's go ahead and see what it would take to build one of those. And actually, I want to climb up on this so we can get a bird's eye view so we can pick out the best spot to build this thing. Aha! The space elevator. Takes 500 concrete, 250 iron sheets, 400 iron rods, which we have all of this right now, and 1,500 of the wire. Let's go ahead and build it. I'm kind of thinking maybe we could put it right here in front of... Whoa! Holy cow, this thing is big! This thing is very big. Ooh, okay, so... yeah, I mean, like, look, we could put it there, then it's monopolizing area. Or floating. We don't want floating or anything. Maybe we can fit it up there. Let's go ahead and check up there. Now that we're up on the hill, let's see if we can fit it without disrupting those iron nodes, because we may actually want those, and we don't want the space elevator being on top of them, right? Man, you know, I can also see that there are inputs and outputs, or maybe they're just outputs. Oh, I think we're going to put this down, and then we're unfortunately going to need to take a look at it and see if we need to move it in a different direction. This thing is just gigantic. It's floating. Oh, okay. Now it's landed. Alright, objective complete, phase 1. Oh man, this thing is neat. It needs smart plating. Project part number 1. Ship with the space elevator to complete phases of project assembly. Oh, we got something coming down from space. This would be the elevator itself, I guess. Wow. Man, we need, like, a position to actually see this whole thing in its glory. Oh! Wait, we got a monster on us somewhere? Maybe a sauce from over there? Down there? Okay, he's down there. He's fine. We'll leave him alone for now. Okay, so... we clearly have outputs? I think these were outputs, right? Let's take a look at this. Project assembly platform. Delivery will unlock tier 3 and tier 4. So we need to be able to craft smart plating. I think this is what we need to send them. Interesting. What else do we got over here? We got a ladder. A lot of good that ladder does. Might be another thing. More hostiles? Okay, I don't see the hostiles. We're going to ignore that for a minute. We have anything else like around this side? We have plenty of space over here. We could move it this direction if we really wanted to. Hey! Maybe this is actually the main control. But we can obviously access it from other spots. So this is pretty interesting. I don't think we're ready to use it just yet. However, let's go see if it did actually unlock the next tiers back in the hub. Also, you can see our power is running out. That's red. We got red over there. We're going to need to... that's why I'm wanting to expand our tiers. Hopefully we can find better power generation. So let's take a look at this. Oh, no. Complete space elevator phase 1. So in order to do that, we do need those 50... those are smart plates, I believe is what they were called. Are they a reward in here? Smart plating. This is it. We don't know how to make it just yet, but if we get this milestone, we will learn how to make it. I'm definitely not trying to skip content and tiers and that kind of stuff. However, it just feels like we really want to go right into this parts assembly and try to get the smart plating going. Let's go ahead and select this one, turn it in. We have the materials anyways. Let's do it. Launch pod is a go. Let's actually see this thing fire off.
Milestone reached. More complex assembly of parts can now be
and look,
automated.
pod will
Project
return
assembly
in
parts
just
can
under
now
6
be
minutes.
Constructed and sent up via the space elevator. Note: project parts are too complex to produce by hand.
Project parts are too complex to produce by hand. That's good to know, right? So, how do we make them? That's going to be the real question. We did get this assembler, so this crafts 2 parts into another part. Likely, we're going to need one of these. And it does take these rotors to get there, and we can actually manually make those, so I think we probably will. Let's go ahead and make, how many did it say we needed? How about we just make like 10? Okay, with these created, let's just go ahead and plop it down right here, and then we can see what things it needs, and then we can decide where we actually want to put it. So we can make the rotors here. We can also make reinforced iron plates here, which is good. We're probably going to need both of these quite a bit. In fact, check this out. The smart plating itself takes in both reinforced iron plates and rotors. And it only takes 1 of each in order to make a smart plate, and we do know that we need 50 of these. So we could set up a system where we auto-craft these, and auto-craft these, and then auto-craft these. But I'm actually kind of feeling like maybe we just make 50 of each of those manually, and then get this thing going. Again, remember, this is all in, hopefully, the pursuit of a better power source, because I am not fond of gathering all these leaves to power everything we got going on. So the pod is now returning. Figured I'd show that off. I don't think we've actually seen it return in a video, so this is what it looks like. And I'm not entirely sure, like, what the purpose of this is, right? We already got the rewards, which was to learn how to make the new things. I don't believe this actually gave us any rewards otherwise. So it's like a 5 or 6 minute mechanic, maybe just to prevent you from turning in a whole bunch of things all at once. That might be what it is. I'm not too sure. But you know what? I think we are going to want to turn in something else. Back in Tier 2, obstacle clearing. Yes, we're certainly needing fuel, and we need better fuel now. Even though that's what I'm trying to get to is better fuel. We might want to try to get this one first, although it does take a lot of screws. Now that we have enough of these screws, let's go ahead and unlock this. Let's get the chainsaw, let's go cut a tree down and see what it looks like. Another launch pod.
Milestone
There it
reached.
goes.
Biofuel will ensure maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, you are now capable of removing foliage that consists primarily of wood. Additionally, R&D inflated your pocket dimension.
My pocket dimension has been inflated. All right. Okay, let's see how we make this thing. I bet we do it in here. We do. Takes, let's see, iron rods. It takes some reinforced iron plates. It takes a bunch more screws. Of course it does. And then some cable. Basically, everything's shutting down. We're running out of fuel, so this is perfect time here. What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing just a tiny bit of screws. Okay, hold on. Grab 2 more. Here we go. Chainsaw, please. Craft. Okay, we now have the chainsaw. It does say that it needs fuel. It needs biofuel. Used to clear an area of floor that is too difficult to remove by hand. Equipment slot, hand. Alright, let's go ahead and see what it looks like when we equip it. Okay, we also learned how to make the biofuel there, right? So let's go ahead and check it. So solid biofuel comes from biomass. Alright, so let's go and hand gather some more leaves in order to make some of this so that we can then hopefully use to cut down a tree or 2. So I don't know if this is something that other players experience, but I don't really like deforesting really any of the location, and especially not if it's going to be close to my base. So we might actually look for a couple trees that are a little further away. Although, we do need the power now. We're probably going to want to turn all of our biomass into the solid biofuel. And then I'm going to put a little bit of it in our systems to run. Okay, with a little bit of this here, let's go ahead and separate it into a couple smaller stacks, because I don't want to put a whole lot in. So I'm thinking like 12 in here is probably good. It says it burns 2.67 per minute. All right, this will last us just a little bit here. I'm also making sure that we hold on to some since we do need it for the chainsaw. Let's go chop a tree down. Maybe the one that's like intersecting with our space elevator up there. So, as I've kind of been noticing, there was a lot of leaves up here. I gathered a whole lot of them, and they don't seem to be repopulating at all. I'm not sure if anything will regrow. I guess we're gonna find out though. Here we go. Let's chop this thing down. Neat. 38 leaves and 10 wood. You know what I didn't take a look at though? How many solid biomass things did it take to actually do that? Oh good, it didn't take any for that. I wonder if there's a way to see the fuel level. We can see how much we have, but I'd like to see the level. Now we did go down one there. Let's try chopping a bigger tree down. 44 wood, 84 leaves. Oh, that wasn't just like a single tree. It was a bunch of trees. Huh. Okay. Well, it's gone now. That one little trip of just a few trees there turned us from 54 is what we started with, all the way up to 458. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and get our machines loaded back up with some of this fuel now that we have some excess. Still probably not going to put it in like 201, but here we go. This thing's actually still running. How about that? Almost out though. Okay, we now have 50 of those reinforced plates and 50 of the rotors, so we should be able to get crafting on the the space elevator thing. However, we do need to attach power to this machine, and we're just going to leave it right where it is for now. But we'll notice that this is already sort of used up, so we're going to create a new one. Probably, again, mostly temporary. Like, I'm imagining, right, we're going to have a real setup for this and probably get rotors going normally. But for now, right, we're just trying to sort of rush the production. So here we go. Everything's now plugged in. Let's get over here and interact with this thing. Click and click. So this does 2 per minute. So this is actually going to take quite a bit of time to craft for us. Standing up on the railing, we can see what it's sort of doing. It's pretty cool looking. Yeah, so we have one crafted now. We are now at the tail end of the very final smart plating that we need. There's all 50 of them. Ooh, okay, let's go ahead and load this into the space elevator and see what happens. All right, we'll use the official screen and shift it over. And then I load, seal, status sealing. Oh, that's kind of neat. And send. I think we want to stand back and watch this thing work. I don't want to fall off though either. Here we go. Oh, it's going up much further. Okay, so we've basically loaded it on, and then this should take it all the way up to space. So objective, complete phase 2 is now listed up there. It's 500 of those smart plates, and then some other things we have no idea what they are. I don't think we're going to be doing phase 2 anytime soon, but hopefully when we get back to the hub, see some new cool research recipes? Yeah, let's go down and check. You know, something I'm not sure of, does this game have fall damage? We're gonna find out. Well, at least maybe that's not high enough to take fall damage. Back to the hub terminal. What do we have now? Tier 3 and 4 are unlocked for use. Coal power, here it is. This is exactly what I was hoping to see. We have a new power source. Let's see, this is gonna take 50 more of those rotors, which is kind of a pain, right? But if we had actually crafted the automated setup for this, this wouldn't be as bad. But what do we get? We get a coal generator. We get scanner updates so we can find coal, which is also extremely needed. Man, burns coal to boil water. So this is cool. We actually need to supply it with water from a water extractor as well. I don't know if we found like a lake or anything to pull water up. Interesting. We don't get like a scanner for like large water sources? Pipelines for like pumping liquids? Oh man. Fluid buffer. This is cool stuff. What else did we get? Vehicular transport, a tractor, 25 slot inventory, built-in craft bench, can be automated to pick up and deliver resources at truck stations. Oh, so we don't have to have like big belt systems. And we just build the truck stations. Oh man, this is getting super cool. Basic steel production. Let's see, foundry. I bet you this is iron and coal together. It's gotta be, right? I think that's how steel is actually made in real life as well. Improved melee combat. We get the Xeno Basher. Heavy electroshock self-defense weapon for melee range. I wonder, do we ever get like a gun or anything like that for ranged Xeno bashing? Alright, Tier 3 was already super cool to look at. What are we going to find in Tier 4? Advanced steel production. Hypertubes. What's a hypertube? Used to enter and power a hypertube. Tubes for transporting fixed employees. Oh, that would be us. Okay. Hold on. Is this like a Futurama sort of thing? Moving around the city with just inside of a pneumatic tube? Interesting. All right, what's this? Blueprints. A build gun upgrade as well. Blueprint design. Save and design them as blueprints. Oh. And logistics Mark III. So faster belts again, probably. Oh, power storage. This is actually awesome, right? Okay, so let's talk about power real quick. Now that we see that power storage is there. I think that these are burning basically at the same rate, right? I mean, it says 2.67 per minute on both of them. It says 22.5 seconds, 22.5 seconds. Everything looks to be there. And we're not actually always producing the max, right? We are dropping. And I have a feeling it's using the same amount of resource anyways. So if we had a battery system where we could pump the excess power into, we'd probably not be operating at a loss on fuel sources. That's just a thought. I don't know that for sure. What I do know though is once we get coal, the power probably isn't going to be as much a deal as long as the coal is unlimited, like our iron seems to be. And now I think we're pushing up against time. We've done a few new interesting things here. We have the factory kind of up and going for a lot of things. We do have a lot of other little things to automate, especially with these assemblers, I think. Right, getting smart plating going normally would be fantastic. Also rotors and all of that. But that, I might actually set some of that up in between this episode and the next, and then hopefully we'll build up the resources we need to unlock a bunch of the new stuff, and then we'll play around with the new stuff in the episode, and then figure out how we can best use it. Also, man, skill of that thing, just gigantic. But anyways, thanks for watching. This is Merc Serene, signing off.